50 Cent just revealed that season 2 of his Diddy documentary, Sean Diddy Combs' The Reckoning, is coming out soon, and allegedly, this time it's going to focus on Janice Combs, the one person who actually turned him into the monster he is today and the real owner of Bad Boy Entertainment. Allegedly, Netflix flat out refused to include this footage in season 1, and this time, 50 is planning to release the footage himself on YouTube.
Yeah, my mom's gorgeous. Hold on, let me introduce you to my mom, called Ma Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Ma?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
Let's start at the beginning. In the Netflix documentary, Diddy's childhood friend Tim Patterson revealed that Combs' father was a drug dealer in Harlem and was murdered when Combs was a toddler. After his death, Combs' mother Janice took over. She began hosting parties at their house, and in these parties, Diddy was exposed to adult activities. Everyone on the street knew what these parties really were.
Diddy mom, she came out defending her son, man. How you feel about that? She made a comment saying that he's not a monster.
I guess this is my newfound career, so I'm gonna say what on my mind and what I think, brother. First of all, that's his mother. Wrong, right, or indifferent, she gonna lie, steal, kill, and protect her child. That's what she's supposed to do. But the apple don't fall far from the tree, man. You got to realize that. You know, he didn't get all this from his daddy because he didn't know his daddy, even though they try to say his daddy was some big time drug dealer in the whole 9 yards. You understand? He didn't get this from his daddy. You got to realize, man, you know, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also ladies of the night, a prostitution ring too. Or these ladies was doing things other than modeling?
Janice wanted fame and power from the start, which is why she married a drug dealer in the first place. But after Diddy's father died, she decided that she was going to use Diddy to get what she wanted. In the documentary, Patterson said that there was a stage in her living room, literally a stage, and that's where we used to have to go and dance, and everybody's calling you, baby, and everybody's saying, do that dance. And all of the stuff Diddy's taking in.
Remember when I said Diddy mother might be the originator of the freak-offs? All right, so tomorrow Peacock is dropping. According to the Rolling Stone, the doc features an alleged childhood friend of Puff's, hip-hop producer Tim Dog Patterson. He alleged that Janice, Diddy's mom, would often throw parties at Diddy's childhood home. He says that during the parties, it wasn't uncommon to walk into rooms where adults was having sex. I mean, that was just their normal. And the doc, when talking about the parties, Tim says, verbatim, "That's what we were privy to. This was what we were fed. Was it desensitizing us?"
And here's the real messed up part. She wasn't just exposing Diddy to an environment inappropriate for a child. She was actually grooming him. Several people close to Diddy and his family, including Gene Deal, who has firsthand how Diddy was with his mom, claimed that the way Diddy and Janice used to act made them uncomfortable. Diddy would kiss his mom on the lips and compliment her in a sexual manner.
This man was talking about that his mother could take her palms and bend over and put them down on the floor. Not bend over, but she could stand straight up and put her palms on the floor, bruh. He's saying that about his mother. Who describes any of their mother action like that in a sexual way? And then, you know, I don't know how many dudes do kiss their mother in their mouth when they 50, 60 years old or something like that. That's them, that's their whole thing, man. But that was a little kind of weird for me. And then his mother wore the same white fingernail polish that Cassie described that he liked to see her and other models in when she was describing her lawsuit. And what's crazy to me is that, man, it seemed like him and his mother had this, I don't want to get too deep, man, this Oedipus complex thing.
And the same behavior is what led Diddy to start his own freak-off parties. He was just doing what he saw his mother do all his life. Janice knew about the freak-off parties that Diddy was organizing, and believe it or not, eyewitness accounts actually claim that Janice was present at many of Diddy's freak-offs. She walked Diddy down this path.
But why you believe she knew about the freak-offs?
Because one of the witnesses said she was there. And do you remember this, bro? Check it out. People tell off on themselves so much, man, and I don't understand when people don't catch it. Diddy has said this. He said, when I give a party, I have to have an ambulance outside of the house. Paramedics ready. That people have to take IVs. Remember the time that him and his mama kissed each other on the lips?
Yeah, I remember that video.
Do you remember that both of them was getting an IV at the same time?
Yeah, I did notice that, yep.
That's from the Diddy freak off party. And I'm going to say allegedly.
So let me ask you this. You knowing her at one point, you knowing her personally, is she the kind of person that, you know, will be a part of a freak off or no?
I think that she liked to party, and she partied with young people. She's always been like that. She always copied or emulated Little Kim and Mary J. Blige, or they emulated her. The blonde hair, the nails, the high boots, the age-appropriate, inappropriate clothing.
Gene Deal even told everyone that he suspected that there was more to Diddy's relationship with his mother than meets the eye. Diddy's mom used to tell Diddy that he was the man of the house after his father's death. Eventually, this relationship progressed and worsened to the point that Janice was sharing explicit details of her life with Diddy and going with him to freak-off parties so they could both be intimate together.
A relationship, whether it's physical or mental, with a mother and a son. So I'm looking at his mother and him on the couch, and both of them are getting IVs after one of the Diddy parties. Allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because I wasn't there and I didn't know, but they showed them both getting IVs on the couch. So my whole thing about this thing is that I'm not saying that she was ever at a freak off, she was ever at that type of party, but you can't tell me Miss Janice Combs, who was always at the regular parties, didn't know nothing about the freak off party.
Allegedly, Cassie even testified that Janice had a special recipe for macaroni and cheese. And by special, I mean she would keep a jar of Diddy's bodily fluids in the fridge and drizzle it on the mac and cheese, except it was more like Mac and Diddy. Then she would bake it and serve it to Diddy, to Cassie, and eat it herself. Like, what is even happening here? That's just disgusting.
For the situation where they say he was trying to shape Misa into his mother, can you see that? Like,
Yeah, with the blonde hair and yeah, and all of that. I mean, somebody
really
asked a question: what kind of man puts his hands on his mother? The same kind of man that parties with his mom, the same kind of man who kisses his mom in the mouth, the same kind of man who seems to have accurate knowledge that his elderly mother can put both of her hands, her palms, on the floor and while she's standing up, bent over.
Oh damn, I ain't seen that one. Oh.
You never seen the Instagram video where he was talking about how his mom is still young and spry and how she still liked the party and how they was getting a IV drip?
Oh. Damn.
And she was kissing him in the mouth on the video when he was like, yeah, my mom can bend over and touch the floor with her palms.
No.
It's a very, very, very weird relationship. It's weird.
Now, in case you don't remember, Diddy was charged with 2 counts of transportation for prostitution. Guess who else was transporting adult companions with Diddy? You guessed it right, Janice. Allegedly, while Diddy was just a child, his mom was actually running a prostitution ring. People who claim they were around back then say this wasn't a secret. Women were constantly coming and going, and Janice was allegedly the one coordinating it all.
So how you feel about, her? I mean, they alleging that she was, having freak-offs.
I spoke to a man, Mr. Brown, who used to go to the freak-offs. And this guy lives in Georgia right now. And he told me that he was a stick-up kid back in the day. And one time he had robbed one of their spots. And he went back and he had got the money and gave them their money back and everything like that. And he knew Miss Combs and he knew about her and her freak-offs and everything like that. We had always thought that she had a modeling agency, but it wasn't a modeling agency. It was more of a brothel that she ran for high-profile drug dealers and athletes. You could tell I could tell that Miss Combs at the time, and actually saw her, like young guys. She came at me a couple of times back in my heyday, before the extra 75 pounds back then. And the reason I left Bad Boy wasn't only because of her advances. It was because I got tired of a lot of the bullshit.
As you can probably guess, Janice isn't a fan of the documentary and has even put a statement denying all of the claims. Here's where this gets interesting. Even though these allegations are incredibly damaging, Janice and Diddy aren't suing 50 or Netflix for defamation, and that's because they know what 50 is saying is the